Yo, how's it going? I'm back with another commentary. Starting off with some dunks, and this is how strong your mind can be. I got stuffed, just got absolutely stuffed by the rim, but I was like, no, I know I can do this. Like, I have the vart. Next jump, boom, snapped it back. I was pretty hyped, as you can tell. And then, went back for hit a few more, and like this isn't really like this isn't part of my training regimen, but like I just do this stuff for fun. That's why I love fitness as like a whole. Um, I love like this is just in between my sets. I love messing around doing stuff like this. I love using my body in like so many different ways, so much more than just like lifting weights and just purely training. I love doing this stuff. So I'm gonna include and volleyball too. I'm gonna include as much of this stuff as I can in my videos because I just love athletics as a whole. But so I'm doing a push day, upper body day. Starting up, so chest, shoulders, triceps, and traps. Starting up with flat bench press. Now this is the first workout back. First push day back since when I've been sick. So weights are going to be light. Again, not going to failure. That was 185. Now this is my set with 205. And again, not going to failure. This isn't the most I could even do at the time. But just slowly incorporating more weight, more volume. Now on to incline press. Now with benching, form is obviously very important, just like every exercise. In the flat barbell press that you saw at the start, I could have had my feet planted further back as well to ensure that the butt stays on the bench, but still getting leg drop. Now this is 155 on incline. I don't know. I'd have to count. Perhaps 10 reps. Again, just slow, controlled, making sure I'm just activating the muscle, stabilizing the weight, and not just being dumb with the weight. And then another thing that I show soon is a really good tip for anyone who has shoulder pain while benching is to try to obviously do the warm up that I showed in my first video. Do a proper warm up, warm up your rotator cuffs, warm up your shoulders, and then something that has really helped me is it's called pinning your shoulders back. So you can retract your shoulders or protract your shoulders. And you want to make sure, like I show here, you retract your shoulders. So that's me retracting my shoulders back. So pinning them back and then trying to bend the bar inwards. And that's the difference right there between me pinning my shoulders back and not. There's a huge difference in reach. What that does, it removes your shoulders from the press more. Obviously, they still help you with the lift. But they help remove the shoulder, so it puts less stress on the joint and on the shoulder. Because I've had shoulder issues in the past, and doing that with a good warm up and stretching has dramatically improved it. Now this is new. I've never done dumbbell flies or kettlebell flies before. I've done dumbbell flies, but in this section they didn't have any dumbbells, so I just tried them out with kettlebells, and that was actually great. I actually really liked it. I'm reaching down to get a full stretch. I'm not coming up all the way to join the weights. I'm still squeezing my chest at the top, and perhaps I could go a little bit closer than I do. But when I noticed when I went all the way in, it just put no pressure on my muscles, and literally there was just like dead weight for my joints and stuff, so I didn't feel like there was a huge need. But anyways, I really would try to stretching, putting emphasis on the stretch at the bottom and then squeezing at the top. Now moving on to some military, going to shoulders now. So I did 3 exercises for chest, and now I'm going to do 3 exercises for shoulders. The standard overhead press, lightweight, good form, all the way down and all the way up. And it's for me, it's because I lift for athletic performance, but at the same time I do lift for bodybuilding aspect as well. So you have 3 deltoid heads. You have your front. I don't know the scientific terms right now, but like you have your front delt, middle delt, rear delt. Military press or overhead press, what I was doing, hits the front of your shoulder. This hits the side of your shoulder, side if there flies, and then I'll do one more movement hitting the rear delt, and then hitting those 3 delts, your 3 delt heads. Make sure to give you that 3D shoulder look once you develop each of those muscles. With the rear delt flies, with the flies, I try to drop my shoulders, so let the weight pull my shoulders down, pin them back as well. So retract my shoulder blades, and then try to lift using my hands as hooks, thinking about raising my elbows, and then keeping my pinkies twisted. So as when I reach the top of the lift, as if I'm trying to pour a glass of milk, thinking about that, or pour a glass of water. So pinkies twisted, lifting like from your elbows and using your more hands to hook the weight. Again, you want to try to take emphasis off the joint, the shoulder joint, and onto the muscle. Now this is bent over flies. This is probably my favorite rear delt exercise, and for some it may might be like, oh buddy, you're doing it all wrong. But personally, I like, maybe I could have done straight arms a little bit more, but I like doing a bend. Oh, this. My brother-in-law asked me, he's like, hey, try to flip this tire. It's the heaviest tire in the gym. It was heavy. First time I failed. Second time I got under it better and did a nice flip. I hit a couple more after this. But, and again, this wasn't part of my even routine, although, you know, obviously it's good for athletic performance. But this stuff, this messing around is like what I love. It's fitness as a whole, not just like weights, not just trying to be the biggest guy in the gym or even to lift the most weight in the gym, but just overall athletics and being able to do it all. That's basically my goal. But back to shoulders. Now I got shrugs, so that are working your traps. Again, lighter weight, trying to control the squeeze at the top, lower it down. And that's something that the control of the weight it's a cliche term, not the weight you use, but how you lift it. But it very much so is the case. That's just my brother-in-law and I comparing reaches. I'm trying to tell him that he should be able to slam it because he's 6'2" with super long arms. Anyways, back to the rear delt flies. I like to use it as like a kind of a combination of a fly and a row. Trying to put emphasis on that rear shoulder, but trying to almost row the weight back and fly it back at the same time. That's why it might look a little different, but that's just what I find works the best for me and how I can target my muscle the best. So again, like this is probably my favorite exercise, but it took me a couple years, even probably as a whole, in order to like get the form proper and how I can feel it and how I feel my delts activate. And then now I believe this was my last and only tricep exercise. Just basic. What you want to do on this one though is keep my arm even bends out a little bit. It moves out and then in. You want to try to eliminate that completely. So I was talking to my mom at the time on the phone, not paying attention to my workout enough. But you want to try to keep that straight as possible, because you only want to use your tricep. Triceps are the flex your arm. They don't work on moving your arm in and out like that. That would be your shoulder. So again, taking emphasis off your joints, putting the emphasis on the muscles is the best for muscle growth, at the same time the best for longevity and keeping stress off your joints and keeping your joints healthy. You also have 3 tricep heads. So typically, why it's try for 3. So typically I like to incorporate more workouts, but the first day back only had 1. Now here's some food highlights. Some cooking at my sister's house. We had a big brunch with a bunch of the kids. It was wonderful. Homemade breakfast sandwich. It was terrific. Followed by pasta with some cheese and sauce. Now that's going to conclude my commentary. And tune in next. I weighed in 189 here. Tune in next time. to get my updated weight and updated lifts, etc., etc. Hope you guys enjoyed and can't wait to be here again.